now I am excited to play this. This is kind of a little bit of a slightly modified 8 blast list. This deck was kind of like the hotness sometime last year. I can't remember exactly when it was that it became so popular. This was like, it was kind of like an interesting evolution of this archetype, but this is kind of like a mono-red artifact-themed burn deck that gets to play some of the best cards in the format, Ragavan, Dragon Rage's Channeler, Urza Saga, and use some of these artifact synergies from like treasure tokens, artifact grabbing from Urza Saga to power up cards like Shrapnel Blast, Galvanic Blast, and then now also Gleeful Demolition. I think that Gleeful Demolition has been a very powerful card in several other shells I've played. This card is just a good card to have access to. And in a deck that's already trying to Shrapnel Blast people and try to put a lot of pressure on your opponent's life total, 1 mana for 3 goblins is a pretty exciting card. And so like, and also like unlike, I guess it is kind of the same as Kadotha Rebirth, and I was kind of like waffling a little bit back between like potentially trying to play like more than just the 4, which is something that you can do here. But I like Gleeful Demolition being able to target your opponent's artifacts is also like does make the card like a lot better to play, if that makes sense. So it's like the first copy of Kadotha Rebirth I think is a good amount worse than like any of these Gleeful Demolitions, where this just like randomly snipes your opponent's hammers and their amulets and, you know, a lot of random artifacts. Yeah, I think Gleeful Demolition is so it's kind of weird because the cards are so similar, but this card is better. And so like obviously if this card like really overperforms, I guess another thing too is like I don't think you can play a ton like the full 8 without adding a few more ways to support these cards, like more main deck Chromatic Stars. I just have 1 in the main deck as an Urza Saga target right now. Right now you're mostly sacking your blood tokens from Epicure and your synthesizers to your Gleeful Demolition, but it's all kind of an interesting build. I think it's a good addition to the shell, in a shell that's already pretty good. And one more thing that I think is really important about this deck is that like burn plans tend to be pretty good against creativity. Creativity is a deck that has a very, very, very painful mana base, and so like the burn deck is very, very good against them. I meant to work on burn. We could maybe work on burn live on stream today. So like I'm a little bit less prepared. Obviously I have this deck prepped. But I spent a long time yesterday also working on the PowerPoint for the Lord of the Rings video. Maybe I'll be the one to add it next time. I didn't even think about it. Okay, let's keep this. Let's put back a Pyrite Spellbomb, I think. Single Gingerbread for Saga. We have a Bomat Courier. I don't know how many Saga targets you get to play. My opponent's gone Forest Go. It pulls from the description if it's there. I didn't put it there. I think it was Gloom. The only thing I put in the description was it's past my bedtime, because it was past my bedtime. Was there any Lord of the Ring memes you wanted to add but couldn't fit in the presentation? I think I have one hidden under oh no, don't ballista me, damn it. Okay, the Gleeful Demolitions will really help. We've got a lot of like, you know, disenchants and stuff, which are nice. Let's just go ahead and start off, I think, by obviously we're happy to draw a land as well, offer this trade. It was like on one of the slides I had a different meme. I can't remember. I think I deleted it, but there, yeah, we got good usage out of it. Yeah, I kind of was feeling like One Does Not Simply, like that meme was a little bit overdone. I feel like it was expected, but maybe it would have been fine. How did Lucha deck go? We went 1-1, and those 2 matches took like 2 hours, and I don't know. We didn't play anymore. It's still like kind of an interesting deck to me, but I don't know how much more time I'll seriously devote to it. Okay. I think I'm just gonna bolt the Patchwork. Patchwork with the Shadow Spear on it is so hard to race for decks like ours. There's also a very good chance that I want to Gleeful Demolition something of my opponent's, and so like if I go Gleeful Demo on Synthesizer for value, it is a lot of value, but I thought I bottomed this. Okay, they're playing another one. And a Hangerback Walker. Hangerback Walker is pretty scary for sure. Again, I think I really have to bolt this. It's just with the I know from playing on the scale side, like in these kind of matchups, you just want to get a Shadow Spear on a Patchwork. It could be like not correct to be trying to control them quite this hard. That being said, I have a Gleeful Demolition deck, and it doesn't feel like we're in any position to race with the Shadow Spear coming down either. And we've got, I don't know, we got a lot of cards coming. Yeah, sadly, I think we're abandoning the Loot Your Life. I don't know, it's kind of more of like a fun thing yesterday than anything, but there was like at least an idea or two there. They decide to get Zabaz, which is bad since that can pop the Hangerback Walker. Back to Dark Souls of the PT? I hope so, yeah. That would be very fun. Okay, let's go ahead and bauble ourselves to see how interested we are in synthesizing here. I guess interested enough to play this. Man, Scales is so freaking busted. He plans to revisit Espergorio's 8th Mage's Touch deck from the other day. I mean that deck is good, and we've played a pretty good amount of it over the last, ever since it's been out. We've played a bunch of it. I think I'm digging for Underworld Breach here. I only have two. I have two in the main and one in the side. I'm not 100% sure about that split. But I remember, like, back when I was playing this deck last time, I didn't like 3 main. But I think I went out board one in against Murktide and Scam. Oh, wow, we found one. Do you prefer Shattering Spree over Wear Tear with Splash? I think so, yeah. Wear Tear is like a little bit better against Titan. I guess the splash also doesn't really cost you very much. Okay, I'll consider a little bit more. That might be better. Can I get your opinion on Mono Blue Affinity's bad matchups? It's like most of them. Okay, them having Ravager here is tough. Yeah, going land demo 3 times sounds nice, but I think we still lose to the Hangerback. I should block here, right? Because I'm like really happy if they lose the Ravager to put like, the counters on just Zabaz, I think. And just make them do their thing. Yeah, Lord of the Rings is not online until next Tuesday, I think. And I know it's pre-release today, but the pre-release and Magic Online release is basically never correlated. And Waterfall's 9 months. Okay, they missed some counters here by not sacking Zabaz to the Ravager, which is not the biggest thing ever, but a thing. We need to leave a removal spell up next turn so we can beat them modularing onto. Wait, why are they doing this now? There's no reason. Taking Monday off to brew? I don't think so. I don't usually. Although I can go here because they main phase this for like no reason. I can go main phase Breach, Gleeful Demo the Ravager, and then Gleeful Demolition whatever they target. And we're still like, insanely behind. Can also Pyrite Spellbomb whatever they target and Bauble a few more times. We'll see. You didn't mention that Reprieve is pitchable to Solitude. Don't you think that's going to be important? You want to evoke Solitudes in situations where counters are bad. These like spoiler videos are always like so full of comments like this. Like, you didn't mention that the white card is pitchable to Solitude. Like, the video is an hour long. The video is an hour long. I'm not trying to. The white card is pitchable to Solitude. There's some things like this I just don't feel like need to be said. You know what I mean? I did talk about how the card is significantly better than Remand, but I just I'm trying to get the information as quick as possible. There's some points I always feel like don't need to be said, and the comments are like, I can't believe you didn't say this. This never makes any sense to me. Do I attack now? I think I'm going to bauble at least one time first. Or no, I should just keep bobbling until I know that So I'm about to lose the Delirium. I'm probably going to attack with one of my goblins here. This is going to be such a hard game to win. Second Channeler seems like an okay card to keep on top, but if I graveyard it, I get to go exile 3. Yeah, I get to draw one more card, so let's do that. So exile second Bauble, Ragavan. How many card types do I have? I guess we're keeping that. And then I guess I also can leave this back to block a Thopter if I want to. Is that better? Yeah, I think that's better because then I can keep my Channeler in play for this Underworld Breach I'm drawing next turn. The white-black legend that makes a treasure when you cast your second spell, concentration. I looked at every card in the set. I don't remember the exact text on that one, but it wasn't on my list, so I don't think it's a card that I'm like pretty seriously considering. This is gonna be such a tough game. Oh, that's not my coffee cup. They're thinking about it. I'm sad Call of the Ring isn't getting any attention. That's the 1-mana blue draw card. The ring tempts you, right? I don't think that card's very good, but I could be wrong about it. Of course, there's always the chance I'm wrong. You don't really know until you play with the cards. Okay, that's a good card to know about. That's gonna give them an extra few damage. 2 damage? 3 damage. Kind of a bad card to see, though. And it's kind of unfortunate here that we didn't draw a land. I'm going to cast this Bauble, see what my top card is, because this is going to pretty heavily influence how I sequence this turn, I think. A Gleeful Demolition is kind of not actually that good here, or at the very least I need to target my own synthesizer with it if I cast it. Since they have this welding jar, it doesn't really accomplish much for me to use it, but I can get the extra blockers. I think it's kind of weird to graveyard it in the matchup, but I think I'm going to graveyard it. I really want to find a land and potentially set up for, like, Breach triple Galvanic Blast is something I'm, hopeful for here. Sparkles, died months, thank you. Any Lord of the Ring cards added to my Magna deck? I haven't, like, been adding cards to my Magna deck, really, since I built it. Although I've been given some cards from a friend of mine who's gave me like some cool, like the Altar Blasphemous Act and stuff. But I haven't been like seeking out cards for it, honestly. Phoenix the 60 months, Sparkles the 9. So I need to Galvanic Blast the token that they put the counter on. Or, use a removal spell on it. Another land is interesting here. I think I may not have enough cards, so I go Breach, 8 cards in the yard. I also kind of need to keep... I have the blood token, so they go to 18. And then if I could go Breach, attack for 3. Attack for 3. Hopefully, again. Well, I guess I should probably attack... I should have attacked first to know if this is getting through or not. I think I need the card in the yard, though. We know that they have the 2-mana Ozolith on the top of their library, so we know that they're going to get 3 counters on one of the Thopters. So I'm gonna attack with my Goblin because I can block the Epicure on the Construct. Phoenix of the 16, Sparkles of the 9. Thank y'all. Could be good to crack the Chromatic Star now. Actually, yeah, I guess there's not really much reason not to. I should have done it before casting the Epicure. But I have Metalcraft because of the blood token. Okay, let's just send one of these their way. I think we're going to win this game. Excuse me, we know their top card is 2-mana Ozolith. And we get to keep a land on top, but it's not a land that actually helps because we can only use one of the colorless mana, so I guess we are graveyarding, actually. Yeah, this is a crazy game to win. Do you think Hue the Inwood with the flip lands, you could have Amulet make the untapped triggers, double Amulet, Timeless Lotus? Maybe. That card is, I know I didn't mention in my video, it's definitely a hard to evaluate card. Could be a bit better than I think. Good help to start a filter mana to Breach. But the thing is, this casts the Breach, I think it was good to sack the Star there. Okay, so this will have plus 3 counters. 4 plus 6 is 11? Wait. Oh, because they tapped the Grove. Okay. 1, 2, 3 counters. 4 power. Plus 6. Y'all, I really feel like I'm fucking this up by clicking OK, but I don't think I am. I guess I can still blast it anyways, if I'm wrong. Yeah, but I'm not wrong. Wow, we won. That's crazy. I don't know how that happened. My opponent did mess up a little bit. Like, they missed a couple counters on Ravager that didn't matter that much, I guess, but mattered a little bit. Yeah, I guess it didn't matter at all, actually, because I just killed the response to modular. It's playing a fetch, it also put a card in the yard. Yeah, but you get more cards in the yard if you graveyard there, because we're casting more non-creature spells. Because Channeler is, like, you know, so broken. Behind the clock with mono red. This has been a tough game. This has been a difficult game, but we did win. Alright, so this will be easy. Easy kill then with the lightning bolt. Blast him. I can't believe we won that game. Premise into something, get nothing. I'm sorry, what card are we talking about again? The Call of the Ring. Yeah, Call of the Ring. What is this card? To me, I think I've kind of like not valued the Ring Timsu very much. I could have very easily. I don't really know how to evaluate them without playtesting them. At the beginning of your upkeep, the Ring Timsu. When you choose a creature as a ring bearer, you may pay 2 life if you draw a card. Yeah, I don't know. I think that these like slow 2-mana enchantments that provide incremental value, I haven't liked them very much over the last few years. They could definitely be a bit better than I think. You know, it's also like, what kind of deck does this go in, you know? What kind of deck is interested in this card draw spell that's also playing cheap creatures to tempt the ring and cares about creature combat? It's kind of a weird dynamic, but to me, we didn't do any playtesting in. I got all the monkeys on the draw. We didn't do any playtesting in the consulting, so I really have no idea how the Ring Timsu plays without like beyond just, you know, just kind of visualizing it, I guess. I don't know. So I could definitely see that the mechanic playing a lot better than, you know, I kind of evaluate, but right now I think it's just like very marginal upside to some cards. Werebear at the $15. Went 3-1 with this list last night, lost to Elementals, beat Scam. Had to go looking for land. Yeah, if you post a link in the chat, I'd be happy to look. Josh says it was a Death Shadow deck primarily, and then possibly some sort of a Scam deck. Maybe. I encourage you to work on it, you know. Unblockable creatures and prowess. It's already really hard to block prowess creatures. Prowess creatures, like, just like, you know, you're pretty happy when your opponents block a lot of the time because you get to chew up the creatures. Oh boy. Okay. You know, I'm a self-admitted long-time Invasion of Ikora hater. This build is kind of interesting. Certainly more of like a, okay, they're on a mold to 6, we're on a mold to 5. Keep this. Put back a Galvanic Blast, and I don't want to put back the second channeler, but I think it's the second channeler. Okay. Kind of a more of a beatdown version of Elves. I am very much not a fan of Steel Leaf Champion in Modern. Like, this is, in my opinion, just like not a playable Modern card. I also, you know, I have a version of Elves that's more of like, you know, Elf Ball, combo, dump the board, and I think that this deck is going to play that plan a bit worse. But I do, there are things I do like about this list. I do, yeah, we'll offer the trade here. There are things I like about this list. I think it's attacking from an interesting angle. I think like the extra mana generation from Elves dumping into Invasion of Ikora makes it like a little bit of a better tutor, you know, enabler. I would, you know, I think just caution you against playing. Are we just racing here? I think we're just racing. I would caution you against playing Elvish Visionary, and Steel Leaf Champion doesn't look like the worst it's ever looked here, but I wouldn't play it either. I would be on like the 4th Archdruid. I would be on 0 Steel Leaf Champion, 0 Elvish Visionary, and then wait, hold on. You're not playing the. You gotta play the 2-mana elf, that when another elf enters, you make a little elf. That card is, like, one of the best in the decks by a lot. And also plays with, like, your beatdown plan, like, really well. I would probably, in this build, just play one copy of Quarian Ranger, since, like, you're less in on, like, the mana generation nonsense. How many, like, 1-mana elves that you tap for mana are you playing? You're playing... Yeah, I tend to prefer... Okay, let's get rid of this for Delirium. Sorry, my focus is so split. Yeah, Elvish Warmaster. This is very close between digging for Delirium. I think I'm going to keep it on top because this could also dig for Delirium. And, of course, we're, you know, very much just in race mode here. Okay, so we already have an enchantment. And then I think I keep this on top so that I can hit my land drop, and I can at the very least like Alpine Moon their Inkmoth Nexi. I guess I'll do that now. We should find Delirium. We have so many looks. Sorcery, right? Yeah, there's a sorcery. There's Delirium. Okay. So we name Inkmoth Nexus. We hit our opponent for 6 in the air, and then we have lethal if they don't... Oh, no, they can Zabaz. Fuck. I didn't turn off my auto yield in time to bolt the Zabaz. I think I do this now. Obviously, like, missing out on the 3 damage is just such a big deal. I kind of like this draw, where it means that we can top deck. We can just, like... I guess we can go sack Synthesizer next turn for a Chump Blocker, and then we can play Channeler Chump Blocker and still win the race if they don't have, like, a Ballista. Or Ravager probably kills me this turn. Uh-oh. Yeah, I also think I would play, like, 1 Shaman of the Pack as a 2 to target, no Steel Leaf Champions. 4 Heritage Druid for sure. 4 Heritage Druid, 6 Elvish Mystic effects. 4 Warmaster, 4 Dwynen's Elite. I also kind of hate Tamiyo's Safekeeping. I really would prefer a white splash for the... They've got a forest off Aegis Turns? That's crazy. What's the 2-mana enchantment? Mark of Asylum? I think Mark of Asylum is so good in Elves. Okay, we lose the Galvanic Blast, but it's okay. We missed 3 damage also. It's also okay. Wow, we got very lucky to win that game, obviously. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. If my top card is a land, I think there's a good chance I should just draw it. Yeah, let's just go ahead and draw it. I know we're not getting the turn right. I guess I probably could have bobbled them, and if I see like a Urza's Tower, then I want to play the Ragavan. I'll draw that, especially with the Underworld Breach in my hand. Do we win? We won the last game. Yeah, I think we're gonna go Bomat and then just cast Ragavan. Yeah, we're so in sync, Goblin Guide, huh? Fire Ice incoming? Maybe. Windswept Teeth makes it less likely, right? Opinion on Plantier. I don't think the Plantier is good, unfortunately. It's very cool. I've seen so many people suggest playing Plantier alongside... Excuse me, playing Plantier alongside Witch's Cottage, but if you Witch's Cottage to put a big creature on top of your library, they're just gonna let you draw a card. You're not gonna get to deal any damage to them, right? I don't know. It doesn't seem very good, but it doesn't seem super bad either. Consider Third Path Eclipse over Ragavan, maybe for a budget build. For a budget build, maybe. Although it would also require you splashing a color, which is not super budget friendly. Iconoclast Ragavan is better than Iconoclast in general and also in this deck. Banned with the 22 months. Thank you. My opponent's on a... Rest in peace, sweet Bomat. Thankfully we have this Underworld Breach to refuel a little bit. but we won't be able to refuel just yet, unfortunately. It's also bad that they exiled both of my, or a couple of my cards. Okay, it's a fine exchange. Got 2 cards in their hand. Thanks, you Bandit. Yeah, Yeehaw, Texan for Pog. Got one guidance for budget? I don't know. It's Ragavan, you know, any card. It's all, like, Ragavan is, like, so important to this deck, not only because it's, like, you know, one of the best 1-drops in Modern, of course, but also, it makes artifacts in the Artifact Matters deck. There's just, you're not, I don't think, gonna get a great replacement for the card. Sometimes you can get a good replacement, I just don't know that this is one of those situations. Elishnorn, huh? Quad block? I think this probably means they have another Omnath, but I think it was supposed to quad block. Instead of, like, trying to... Yeah, I mean, I can't attack and let them block and then bolt it, and I can't let it live either, because it gains so much life for them. No, no ETB on the Epicure. I guess we could chump to just get a card in the yard for Breach, maybe. There's a chance we get to burn them out this game. Drawing a land, especially a fetch land, would be kind of key for that plan. This matchup seems not very great. Maybe. If we see like yeah, like I think there's a solid chance we're winning this game. Get to, you know, Treasure Cruise with this Underworld Breach. Drawing a Saga, which isn't, I guess it turns on my Shrapnel Blast eventually if I don't find anything else. But their clock isn't that fast, and they're only at 9. We have a Shrapnel Blast. And one of their 2 cards is just a Flooded Strand. And they didn't have a second Omnath like I thought they did. Although I think there's a good I think they just kind of punted, though, with like that Omnath attack. Maybe they'll crack the fetch, huh? Right, no ETB. We're gonna Run Breaker. That card's not very good, unfortunately. Alright, it's a good game. 2, a bummer. Close one. Okay, gonna bring in the 3rd Breach in this kind of matchup. I don't know if this is like the Bring a Needle against all Red and 6 decks kind of deck. Doesn't necessarily feel like it. Not sure how the creativity matchup is, but Scam matchup felt great. Yeah, the creativity matchup is kind of a question mark for me, where Burn is really good against creativity, and this is kind of like, you know, Burn mid-range. Tacoma, Washington, 4-slot RCQ in August is considered a destination event. I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like if you're traveling, should it be? Is it like anything that's not a local game store's destination? If you do any amount of traveling, is it a destination event? It's kind of an interesting question. When it's on a Mold of 6, I think I am just going to lead on Ragavan. So it looks like they have the Prismatic Ending. Or Bolts. Pending. Okay, and then if I don't draw a land, I'm just going to play Channeler. It's obviously very bad if they Red in 6. Now, I think I kind of like the idea of going Epicure, Gleeful Demo. Could maybe be good to Channeler instead and Gleeful Demo the Synthesizer. But I like that this means I can kill a Red in 6 if they have Red in 6. Obviously, I just get to get in for extra damage this turn, which is nice. Last con, gifted the tubs to Weekachu, good username. Thank you for the gift the sub. We We definitely have a good amount of cards that are misses here, but I think I want to use my mana now that I've drawn the Urza Saga. It's okay. Obviously bricking a little bit isn't great, but we're really ahead on board, and that's great. Alright, just gonna tech for 5, make a token. Loader gonna be legal tomorrow. On Magic Online, it's like next Tuesday. They say next Tuesday, it's gonna be next Wednesday, I think. But we'll see. Have an endurance? Okay. I think we still make this attack. Nissa? Fable. You know the first deck you're gonna stream with for Lord of the Rings? Usually like it's kind of an issue of card availability. You know what I mean? Like it just kind of depends on what cards I can get my hand on. I could take Bomat or I could take Chromatic Star. I don't think I'm ever taking Drum here. Star is a little bit better against like random creature sweeper, which isn't super likely here, but they could have. I also need to think, am I attacking with my 1/1s? I kind of think I am. Where if I'm attacking with my 1/1s, that means I'm getting through my construct, so I'm putting them to 3. If they just go block 1/1, block 1/1, and that would be really good. And if they go chump a construct, block a 1/1, I'm pretty happy to trade one of these for 3 damage. Remember when I was really like first getting into Magic and competitive Magic, I would watch, you know, a ton of this is maybe the worst case scenario, but they only have 1 card, so it's not really so bad, I think, either. I'd watch a ton of Brian Kibler, Pro Tour coverage, and like just the way he would like engage with creature combat, I think especially at the time was just kind of on another level. I feel like I would just like literally like watch him do a creature combat and I would level up and I would like learn something about the game. It was awesome. Could I see myself playing Creativity in Barcelona to mainstream? Yeah, I could see myself playing one of the best decks in Barcelona for sure. This is kind of the nice thing about working on a team is like we get to like, you know, really dissect things and figure out, you know, what the best thing to do is. And yeah, Creativity is a great deck. It's on the list for sure. Not sure. I don't know if I thanked you for the 27, but thank you for the 27. They have a Fury. It's obviously not great, but they're at 7 life. They also may need this treasure token to cast Omnath because they have Beseiju Forest. Who's on my team? It's like there's like 15 people. It's like the CFB team. Okay, they don't have a land, right? That is an interesting draw. I think it means we just attack with everything, and then we get to bolt the Omnath if they block a 1/1 with it. Or we can, like, sack... Yeah, but we can also sack the Star, just try to find a burn spell and win right now. It's not quite a win right now. I think we just have to... I guess I could have blood tokened away the Mesa, but I think I'd rather just have the Epicure. Yeah. I don't know. Kind of close. Thank you, Maz. They're playing something really fast. Okay, just a fairy. Sacking the blood token would have killed the construct. Yeah. I was mostly just thinking out loud, but that is true also. It does really feel like the Gleeful Demolition is a really big upgrade for this deck. To be honest, I'm not really sure how we haven't played it before. Liking it a lot so far. So they go to 1, we've got a lot of 1/1s in play, their fetch line's turned off. Omnath currently uncastable. We're on some kind of CFB website strike. I still am. I'm just working with the writers there. The players there. It's like, I don't know. It was never about like the Magic players that work there, you know. Am I afraid I will talk out loud, like explain my plays at the PT? Yeah, I'm really afraid. Playing my first paper tournament ever in Barcelona. What's the answer for Chalice 1 for this deck? You have Shattering Spree, which can answer it. There also aren't a lot of Chalices at the moment, but you can answer it with Shattering Spree. How do we feel about this hand? Not a matchup I like to mulligan in, of course, but I think I'm going to take a mulligan. Okay, so I like... Oh, Bomat.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
I guess it's still Bomat. I was just thinking I kind of like that I could dash Ragavan, kill Ren and 6 if they ping my Bomat. We get some tourism before the event. I was going to do it after. I think that's definitely the way to do it. If you came to LGS to practice, is your LGS in Spain? We have an Airbnb in Barcelona, but right before. Oh, no Ren and 6. You love to see it. Am I staying with the team in Barcelona? So, we're doing an Airbnb like the week before to do a playtesting. It's not a full week. It's from like I think Friday to Wednesday. Could be Saturday to Wednesday. Like Decklist are due Wednesday, and then so I think I'm not sure. It kind of depends on when Esther is planning on getting here because she's gonna meet me up there, and we're gonna do a vacation after. And so I think I'm gonna do my own hotel for the period after. I haven't actually done my bookings yet. They're targeting my blood token. I think them targeting my token means that they have a Teferi here. Hold on, what's up? What? I did say your name. I did do that.
Yeah.
Well, sweetie, would you discard any of these cards to draw a random card right now? Which one would you discard?
I was gonna say your land.
That could be the answer.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait,
Discard the land. You need those.
You need
those lands.
You need your lands. Underwater Breach?
I think I'm not going to, so I can blast a Fable of the Mirror Breaker token.
Wrong answer. Okay, but what were you talking about?
Oh, just like Jeff asked if we were staying with Airbnb the whole time, and I'm going to be staying with you for, after the testing house, I think.
Our Jeff? Or...
Unless, our Jeff.
Okay.
Unless Deceive, please.
Unless we get people.
No, we'll figure it out. It'll be okay. I don't know. It's like, I'm a little bit introverted, of course, so I don't know that all these extra weeks with people
Just a little
I've never met before, maybe good to just do the week. Just moving in with Mingu. Yeah, I need to text. Mingu texted me about hanging out while I'm up there. I need to and he's also talked to me in the past about coming, if I'm ever in Italy, to come hang out for a bit. And I think that we are gonna take him up on the offer and hang out for a bit over there.
We should, because I bet a train ride is probably maybe a couple hours.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be very fun, and I don't know, how often are you in Europe? And there's just so many Magic player friends that live over there that, and Mingu came and stayed with us.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it'll be a lot of fun.
Once, right?
Yeah, just once. Oh, okay. I should have played my synthesizer first here. I think Demon stayed 3 times.
3? I think it's just 2.
Maybe just 2. Actually, I'm just gonna say the Epicure at the Teferi, the Bomat at my opponent. Surely they're not gonna kill the Epicure, right? I'd be pretty happy if they did, I guess. Yeah. Right from Barcelona to Italy is 18 hours. Oh, that's it. Probably fly then. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I think I'm okay just missing on the land here. And very, very happy to find Galvanic Blast. I can't win right now, because if I use my treasure, I lose Metalcraft, but I can win if they crack a fetch. Both from Italy, so yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. One, nice thing I think about traveling with Magic players too is, it's such a worldwide game that you basically always have, people that can tell you what to do. So you're not such a clueless tourist. Alright, beat Scales, beat 4-color Omnath, feeling good. Pink Hair at the 6, thank you. Just from the hotel room, likely a little bit shorter, of course. Shouldn't you keep playing competitive decks, just the decks you think others would be on? Maybe. At the very least, I'm just, not trying to, leak the info of, where the team is at that point, you know what I mean? And I also don't think it's like that interesting to. I'm just like at that point, like, we're playing scam, we're playing blah blah blah. Also, people can like mathematically eliminate what I'm not on. But there's gonna be definitely some like fun, less competitive brews that I can get out of my system before we leave too. We'll see, we'll see. It's a little bit up in the air, of course. Yeah, all Lutri all the time, huh? Well, yeah. Who's watching the pubs? I have a friend of mine. She got laid off, and she's like, she's gonna move in with us for a couple months. So she's also gonna be watching the dogs. Pre-listen tonight? No, tonight. We're doing a birthday for a friend of mine / D&D. I consider doing vlog content for the Pro Tour. I am considering it. I remember like back when Paul Cheon did the schlogs, I would just have it open as soon as it was out. I was a big fan of that content, and I guess we leave the Epicure back. I would like to. I don't know exactly if I don't know if I'm going to, but it's on the table for sure. I'll likely just like film some stuff and then see if I ever put it together. The first DreamHack Dallas, I filmed like I started filming and then I ended up like not being that into it and I stopped. Magician, 22 months, thank you. Construct. I'm not playing Shadow Spear, am I? Maybe I am. I need to double check. Yeah, no Shadow Spear. We'll play Shadow Spear in the sideboard for burn, maybe. So I think we're gonna go Saga token, Springleaf Drum, play Pyrite Spellbomb, and then hold up either Pyrite Spellbomb or Galvanic Blast. I'm also kind of interested in attacking. Seems like we've got an attack. Well, not anymore. So why don't we float a red mana? No, I'm just gonna Galvanic Blast the Grief right now. I think we gotta play a little bit of board control. We can Pyrite Spellbomb this next turn probably. Have 2 blockers for the Ragavan here. Although I guess I don't really need both blockers because they missed a land drop. Yeah, I probably could have attacked for 1 here. Thanks again, Magician, for the 22. So I would imagine that they're considering maybe playing the Urza Saga if they've missed their land this turn. Their hand is just a Ragavan and 2 mystery cards. Delighted Halfling with Toski. Oh no. Okay, we'll stream that and right before the Pro Tour. That'll be the fun deck. So I think we're gonna kind of have to commit to. Oh, they have Galvanic Blast up. I guess it's not super important. Something is kind of telling me that they have an Undying effect, but I think that's okay if they Undying their Ragavan, right? If you win the PT, you could have another Spike Stream or Shark Stream. Sure. I'll just like, you know, commit to a lot of things right now that'll happen if I win the Pro Tour, and it's just kind of a win-win where I don't have to do them if I lose, and if I win, I won the Pro Tour, so hooray. Yeah, I think I just like I want to wait for them to like attack with the Voidwalker here. I'm gonna use the Pyrite Spellbomb. Again, Galen, I think for the 12. Bring back donos. I'll do 1 dono deck. $1,000. Take care to leave it. It's like literally the One Ring, except you have to pay $2 million to spike dono deck instead of instead of getting $2 million when it happens. Love this plan. How much to play Blutron? Okay, lose the Ragavan, but the constructs are large and charge. They have to block with one of their 2 creatures here, so 2 blockers back should be fine. This matchup is so good for us. Yeah, I think so. I think this deck's got like a pretty good matchup spread. Darth Clyde, 2 months ago, thank you. Auction and donut deck series for charity. Yeah, I think so. So this was something I was gonna do if I didn't qualify for the Pro Tour this summer, and I still want to do it at some point this year. But I've been wanting to do a week where I do a trophy sprint, and so I'm gonna be donating a base amount of money to charity, and then more based on like how the trophy hunt goes, I guess. I think I'm attacking with the Bomat too, so I can try to go Breach Bolt here. And so I don't know exactly what the structure is going to be, but it's just like, you know, every trophy I donate, we're also donating to a charity, which will be like especially good if I win a lot of money at the Pro Tour, I guess. Yeah, we could do something like chat picks the deck of like list from decks for that. I think that's a good addition to the format there. Do you actually think there's a chance she'll play, say, a Blast and a PT? Yeah, I like any deck I've played. There's like a small chance I'll play. A lot of them, like I really don't think I'll play, but they're decks like I like a lot of the decks I've played. You know, if we go through the Mox field, all of these are decks I've been really high on at some point in the past, and they're decks I haven't played that much of lately, with the exception of Lutri. Goblins, Recommission Elementals, Boros Stoneblade, Sultai Inverter, the Mono Red Boom, Owash Rock, Esper Gorios, Team Wreck, Green Red Breach. We need to play. I don't think we finished this league, but all of these decks. This was before. all of these decks. I have like really liked at one point and like been very high on and like chosen to play them at tournaments and would potentially do it again. I think I do want the Pyrite Spellbomb to kill their Voidwalkers. I do want the third Breach. I think I just got a Shrapnel Blast. And a lot of times I just kind of need a little bit of a refresher. You know, things are different. That's kind of the idea of like this like 2-week series, I guess. How do Goblins? Goblins went pretty well. We 4-1 2 leagues in a row. We also 0-1'd 2 leagues. So we were 8 and... Oh no, we 0-1'd 1 league, so we were 8 and 3. I ended up liking the deck a lot. We ended up doing a 60 card version and then a 63 card version, playing a couple extra tutor targets and an extra land. Right now, a couple people in chat said they like doing this too, but right now the list I recommend is like 61 with just a Sting Scourger as the 61st card, which I don't know, it's feeling kind of good to me. I think my opponent's got Hidetsugu. I think I'm supposed to commit into Hidetsugu with Spellbomb and Epicure, since it's kind of bad if they hold it and like they let me Saga token Hidetsugu me, but it's gonna be really bad for me kind of no matter what this game, and I think that being super scared of Hidetsugu is probably not. Yeah, I'm also pretty happy that they have Blood Moon in post board. It's like literally just the kind of like 3 mana no Urza Sagas. I think that's fine for me that they have that. I'm gonna cast the Synthesizer. You definitely have to be kind of brave with your synthesizers in this deck. What would you play in place of Orvar if no one played Creativity in my local meta? I don't know. Like, you're a mono red deck, right? So your sideboard is a little bit taxed, I guess. This is such a weird play, but they're about to exile the graveyard, so I think I'm just gonna go Breach Epicure. What's my favorite deck that you're 0% to play at the PT? My favorite deck that I'm 0% to play at the PT. You know, honestly, like, chat probably knows. I meant to play my Bauble. I think Shaq probably could answer, weirdly enough, that question better than I could. I'm not sure. Alright, let me Bauble them. Ratchet Ball. I'm kind of glad that that card has taken off some. Let's go ahead and Jegantha in the hand. Plan on blood tokening that away. Ace Rack? Yeah, probably Ace Rack. The thing is, yeah, A-Key is a deck I like genuinely could play, so I don't think that makes the list. Imperosaur? Yeah, maybe Imperosaur. No, not Bluetron. Never Bluetron. Yeah, I think Ace Rack's probably the answer. I do like Ace Rack a lot. Oh, wow, they're just running that out, huh? Just control? Maybe. I don't know. Chat kind of weirdly knows my preferences more than me sometimes. Well, it's nice that we can blood token this stuff away. I think I'm gonna high roll a little bit here. I'm gonna pop this now, trying to find like exactly lightning bolt, I guess. Agent, thinking 25 months. I feel like we're like surprisingly in this game for a player who got Blood Moon Hitsugu'd and drew 3 Urza Sagas. 25. Why me with the Twitch Prime? Thank y'all. Thank y'all. So let's not just take 6, huh? We got 2 cards. Jegantha like stops Hitsuga from attacking super well and can trade for Fury. So I think, and obviously like you usually want to wait as long as you can on Underworld Breach if you can. So I think I'm going to play this. Can maybe just play the... I drew all 4 Urza Sagas this game, or did I only draw 3? I drew all 4. Kind of sucks. I can play it to breach away though. Just put it in the yard. Wait, what? Whoa! What the hell? They just main phase pop Ratchet Bomb and a lightning bolt shows up out of nowhere. What the hell? I think I like just bolting the Fury. I get to keep this even if they, scam it, right? Yeah, 2 cards. Ah, that's pretty good. So I have 9 cards in my graveyard. I can have 10 if I play the Saga. Okay, that's fine. This is like, as far as Underworld Hitsugu's go, this one's weirdly not so bad for me. So can I just go breach, bolt them 3 times? I can. Do you count this game? Yeah, I mean, because like you're gonna punt some amount of times. So you have to count the games you punt. You have to count, not count the games your opponents. Like they're just all games. You know what I mean? Put my opponent to 2. Try to top deck a burn spell. Seems okay. We're getting killed pretty fast. Is kind of the problem. Yeah, I know. We can put the Saga in the graveyard. I'm counting it for the count or whatever. I can also Epicure the Saga into the yard. Attack, see what happens. I don't need to attack and see what happens. I know they're going to block with Seasoned Pyromancer. Play Breach and attack. We could go Breach, Bolt, Seasoned Pyromancer, force the block on Hitsugu. I like that a lot, actually. I also like that the Seasoned Pyromancer is going to get exiled. If they don't block, they're dead. I think we probably just still bolt them. Mobius, thank you for the gifted sub. Jegantha! Okay, so we go bolt them down to 5, I guess. And then they're in a spot where they maybe just can't attack with this because we have Jegantha and they're at 5 and they're dead to top deck Shrapnel Blast, although we only have 2 Shrapnel Blast. Double bolt Fury. Maybe. Like I just kind of feel like I'm supposed to double bolt them. I like, because we can also play the drum, and then Shrapnel Blast is lethal. They're dead to a Jegantha attack. We're a burn deck. I think it's maybe kind of close. I think anyone who wants to kill Jegantha is a blue-white control player. They can get the tokens. They can if they don't do anything else with their mana. And like we can also trade Jegantha for Fury, likely. Then I bottom a Shrapnel Blast somehow. Maybe. I've probably shuffled too, maybe not. I don't see any in the exile zone. I maybe haven't shuffled because of the Blood Moon. So they can't attack. We have to think, do we want to trade Jegantha for Fury this turn? Wow, what a good draw. Blast. Okay, yeah, definitely hitting Bomat Courier is kind of a funny card here. We'll just certainly attack with both. Yeah, I think they missed the Croxa line. Where are all the fetches for? Underworld Breach and Dragon Regis Channeler. Is there an Urza deck you play these days? I've messed around a little bit with Urza lately. There really aren't any Urza decks I love. You know, for a game where my opponent is top decking Seasoned Pyromancers, drawing double-hitted Sugu Ratchet Bomb, Blood Moon on turn 3 on a game where we drew 4 Urza Sagas, we're ahead. They did punt a couple times a little bit, but like, I mean, they got just like max punished by that Ratchet Bomb more than they punted, you know what I mean? It wasn't like that bad of a play. Just very lucky. Yeah, it turns out Underworld Breach is pretty broken. Yeah, and Double Fury. But yeah, they just really couldn't compete with the power of Jegantha. Okay, not quite lethal. What was the Kroxa bunt? I don't think I think they should have made tokens with Seasoned Pyromancer instead of casting Kroxa, I think. It's actually ridiculous that we won this game, y'all. Like, they Blood Mooned, we drew 4 Sagas. They had double-hitted Sugu. Ratchet Bomb, they top-decked Seasoned Pyromancer when they were top-decking twice. They had Double Fury. This was a crazy game. Like, what do you think is the most powerful card that sees no play right now? I mean, that's kind of like the whole Twitch channel, right? Is play those cards. Maybe not recently with the Pro Tour testing. But I don't usually like to answer the question because it's like... I tend to like to save those answers for content, you know what I mean? I think we go Channeler into Epicure, Gleeful Demolition, or maybe we should play Epicure first, because if they go Ren in 6, so I'm not really sure exactly if they're a Ren in 6 deck. If they go Ren in 6, I'd rather maybe go like Channeler Bolt on turn 2. We want 1 Chalice in the side for Rhinos. So if you play a Chalice in the side for Rhinos, you lose Jegantha in the matchup, and like Jegantha being a 5/5 in a deck that makes a lot of 4/4s is like pretty relevant, so I don't think that you do. The Rhinos matchup is also kind of weird. One card I think that would, like, I don't know, I guess like Shadow Spear is like pretty good at game 1 against them when you're an Urza Saga deck, but oh, they did go Ren in 6, wow.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
Alright, so I think we're gonna stick to the plan of going Channeler Bolts. Be nice to find Delirium so second Ren doesn't kill Channeler, and that is exactly what we find. Is of course one of the better cards of the matchup. I think again saving the Channeler is just so nice. And then next turn you go Saga, Demo, Bolt. It's my confidence level for upcoming Pro Tour. I don't know. I don't know what I'm playing, so hard to have a tectonic edge. What the fuck? What are they doing over there? I don't know. I don't know. I can't. The perfect level of confidence. Is Lotus on deck unplayable? No, I don't think so. I've honestly been kind of struggling to find like a 75 that I'm loving or anything, but I would not call it unplayable. Do I Gleeful Demolition their Shadow Spear? Like I'm just so dead to Tarmogoyf if I don't. Yeah, I'm just so dead to Tarmogoyf if I don't. Reed would love to hear me say that. Could also maybe just Giganta it in hand, right? Yeah, I remember blue-white with this card. Wow! Shadow Spear and Street Wraith in the same deck. I've never seen these 2 cards together, I think. Like, this shit, like... Okay, so they're a Delirium deck, okay. Like, you almost never want to play this card in your Death Shadow builds. They're an Asmo deck! How?! Wow! This is so sick. Wait, are they gonna Needle Urza Saga? They are. Surely you're an Urza Saga deck though, right? Like, where did this Needle come from? Where every card I'm like, how did we get here? Do I want to expose the Saga to Tech Edge? I think so. It's just like, it's needled, right? Yeah, I wasn't gonna play a 4th land because of the Tech Edge, but now I guess I am. Yeah, type exclamation point card Lotho Corrupt Share solo and it should pop up. They are tech edging. They're playing their cookbook. I mean, I can keep that and cast my Jegantha, but let's find some spells, right? 5th or 6th. Okay, so whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, you lose 1 life and create a treasure token. You're kidding. That card, I could have sworn that card said opponent. I could have sworn that card said opponent. I swear Nelson Mandela is just trolling me. I can't. Yeah, no, this card's cracked. What the hell? What? I swear I looked at this card yesterday and it said opponent, though. It would have definitely made the video. I said it earlier. Yeah, I don't know. I looked at it and I like had the thought, if this said each player instead of like opponent, I'm on board. I think I want to Galvanic Blast off of the star, potentially. Although I guess now we're going to Gleeful Demolition the star. Make an addendum video? Yeah, I guess maybe. What the hell? No, this card is nuts. I mean, like, losing the life is kind of awkward, but like, a treasure token, it's like, it's also one toughness creature in the red and 6 format, but like, it would have definitely made the YouTube video. I could have sworn this said opponent. Yeah, I'll make a little addendum. Good catch, good catch. Oh, dang, can't cast that. I think now I'm going to use this mana to blood token the Jegantha away. The top 3 cards of my library were Galvanic Blast? What the hell? I guess now I should like crack the baubles to play around like a Kroxa. Something weird like that. Because like I'm already kind of weak to discard. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this card fits necessarily super well in a specific deck, but I do think it's good. Like I obviously like losing 1 life is a problem, but I kind of value I think creating a treasure token is on average better than conniving. It's maybe kind of close, but I think on average making a treasure is a little bit better than a connive, and this is like literally just like Ledger Shredder but you connive. Or but you make a treasure instead of connive. But you lose a life and it's legendary, it's 1 toughness, so maybe not as good. It's, you know, a bit more restrictive in the casting cost. So, but also like, you know, calling it maybe not as good as Ledger Shredder is still like a pretty high praise, I think. Okay, I think because they've got the cookbook going, I need to get in with Ragavan. Any cards you think are cool but too weak for modern? I like Gandalf the White. I mean, the Lord of the Rings is full of cool cards that aren't good enough for modern. I'm so pissed about this. I think one of the things Shredder does best is when it's the best defensive threats in the format. Yeah, for sure. Like, it's obviously like different. It's obviously like really different, and it's kind of hard to compare the two. Maybe. It's maybe not that hard. Like, the Ledger Shredder's body is way better. It's a 1/3 non-legendary flyer that gets bigger. But making a treasure is really good too, so maybe the kind of card you have to play with a little bit, I think. I think I also am just gonna have to blast Asmo here. Unfortunately. Put us on a brew of some kind. A very cool one. Any chance you revisit Oni Cult Anvil, or is the mono red version just better? I think the mono red version is better, but wow. So what are all the black cards? Like, how do they have Galvanic Blast? I guess they're not playing Mutt, probably. They're probably not playing Troll King or Goose. So they're getting like up to 6 life a turn, which is of course a problem. We need to get more creatures in play. So go up to 10 and then down to 7. Oh, I need to I haven't played my land right. Yeah, I should just crack this Pyrite Spellbomb as for a card now, because finding Urza Saga would be so huge. Okay. And then now I can Bauble myself. I should. I don't think that they have discard spells. I think there's like they might though. They might. Let's play around it. Maybe worth popping this inside for 2/2. It's just like, I think that I want to use the Blast instead, but you could be right. What do you think Goose does for food decks? I feel like they're pretty lean on mana already. In general, doesn't particularly want a mana dork. 2 mana tap for food that good. Yeah, Goose actually makes the food when it enters the battlefield, which is sick. It's like, Goose is great. It makes the food when it enters. It can be used for mana. It's a 2 toughness mana dork in the Wrenn and 6 format. Puts like artifacts in play for Urza Saga. Goose is really good. I think it's like one of those cards that people really underrate. I mostly only like to play it with Feasting Troll King since... Oh, the Saga's Needle. Sorry, I forgot Saga. I forgot that was this game. I mostly like it with Feasting Troll King though, since I have to kill the Wrenn. Like you need like a lot of food fast, and Goose does that really well. And the mana acceleration is also like weirdly a bit more relevant with the Troll King. But it's an important role player. I'm a longtime Gilded Goose hater in like brews, but Goose is really good in like some of the food shells. And like, you know, like very specifically, like Gilded Goose is the only mana dork that when your opponent like uses a removal spell on it, you're up, you're ahead. Like when you go turn 1 Goose, they bolt it or prismatic ending it, you have a food, and like you're like ahead in that exchange, which is like pretty exciting for a mana dork. But obviously you have to be a deck that can use those food tokens really well. Equinox with the 22 months, thank you. Possible for a deck with Lotho and the Balrog? Maybe, yeah. Like, just like if you watch my YouTube video, I talk about how I didn't feel like there was necessarily enough good token generators for Lotho to be a card I was really excited about, or sorry, for the Balrog to be a card I was super excited about. But Lotho is a very good token treasure generator. So, oh no, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm like, oh, I get the Surveil now, but obviously they're just going to kill the Channeler. The Channeler is so important to, like, pressure my opponent. It's okay. But I do like that idea. Definitely be a fun card to play with. Well, you know what's so weird? I'm on Ledger Shredder, I thought Ledger Shredder only triggered on your spells at first, and I thought Lotho only triggered on your opponent's spells. I don't know how I, like, missed it twice. Oh, they're just not killing it. Okay, well, that's a W. Let's graveyard this, I think. Notably, we only have 1 Underworld Breach left in the deck at this point, but we are going to draw it eventually. Cat Oven would be great with the Balrog. Yeah, like, there's definitely, like, cards you can pair it in. Like, my initial evaluation is, like, it's not going to be quite good enough. I would love to be wrong, because that card's awesome. But it's on my radar. It's in the radar card section. With how poorly Eldraine was, do you think food was designed perfectly? I don't think anything's designed perfectly, with very few exceptions. How many Asmos do they have left? I guess they still have a bunch because they've been getting this one out of the yard with Finale. Main deck! Soulless Jailer! Wow, what a gamer. What a gamer. Main deck, Tectonic Edge. Boom, that's a traverse target. Main deck, Soulless Jailer. Boom, we got a traverse target. Wow, what a gamer. We're definitely top decking our Breach. I don't think they're playing Urza Saga in their deck. No, should they have to be playing Urza Saga? They have to be playing it. So I think that I actually blast the Jailer. Yeah, definitely blast the Jailer here. Don't think they're other than second to food. They're supposed to be second to food. They have like a basically infinite supply. They need to do it when they have the mana available against the burn deck. Returns Tech Edge. And it's Tech Edge, Oval Chase Daredevil. I think another Oval Chase Daredevil is also in the hand, and then a new card. Okay, Cookbook back Asmo, cast Asmo. Is there limited? I mean, there is limited at the Pro Tour. I will definitely be practicing. I'm not sure how much practice I'm going to stream. I mean, we still got an Underworld Breach in the deck. I don't know if it's good enough at this point. Returns of Wooded Foothills. Oh, yeah, I should have killed the cookbook. It's not a huge deal. Oh, they're returning Soulless Jailer. Okay, well, now I get to kill this. Well, they have no cookbooks. Wait, what the hell? They've got no cookbooks now. They have another one in their hand that I'm not accounting for. I think I'll just go ahead and trade Ragavan for, well, I could draw Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I could draw Lightning Bolt. Do you pros ever worry about keeping their draft preferences secret? Yeah, I think so. Like, I remember, like, Calcano, like, really broke it at PT Hour of Devastation, which was my first pro tour ever, actually. He had, like, this really cool, like, Slitherblade deck that he knew was really undervalued and was also very good. And so, like, I've never seen, like, a metagame, like, a limited metagame, like, pivot overnight like that, but it definitely did. Wait, how do they have both in their hand? I don't know. But it definitely did, and, I 3-0'd my first draft pod, and I 1-2'd my second one. Beat Omnicat. Yeah, maybe it was Omnicat, not Hour. I feel like I always mix those two sets up. I guess. I don't know. I'm second it. They got a Tech Edge, so I think I want more mountain. Oh, 2 more mountains. Cool. I have 16 cards in my deck. What a game one. Amakot was the Blue Moon modern one? Maybe. The one I played was standard, so I think it was Hour of Devastation. I could be misremembering. I played Aetherworks Marvel, though, at that standard pro tour, and I think my list was so cool. I was main decking Elder Deep Fiends for the zombie matchup. Can you ever win from here? I think so. Like, I have Underworld Breach in my deck, which can be like I can go, like, Breach, Channeler, Demo. Okay, they drew it Urza Saga, so I don't know. Yeah, it's not very likely, but I don't feel like I'm 0%. How prepped do I feel for the limited portion of the PT? I haven't played any limited of Lord of the Rings, so I don't feel very prepped for it. It's funny. I haven't played any. I will say that I did a lot of limited preparation for Mom recently, although more sealed than draft. But like I have been playing a lot of limited, but just like I haven't played any Lord of the Rings limited. But maybe some of that will transfer over. I don't know. Okay, let's go to game 2. Oh, right, they needled Saga. So I guess I'm supposed to blast this, take a draw step. Okay, dead. Okay, let's bring in the extra Breach, the Alpine Moons, the Pithing Needle, the Shattering Sprees. I'm cutting the Shrapnel Blast, just be more of a grindy game. Trim an Epicure, trim a Galvanic Blast seems fine. Cut the Pyrite Spellbomb. Lantern, I don't know. Like, these, like, one-use graveyard hate spells aren't very good against those decks usually. Soulguy Lantern for Delirium and Oval Chase. Lantern is not good against Oval Chase. It's just so easy for them to play around it with, like, extra cookbook activation. I know, like, as someone who plays a lot of food decks, I'm usually really happy when people bring in Tormod's Crypts or, like, Lanterns against me. It's a little bit different because they have Traverse, but I think I'm not into it. This deck is very close to an Elbosh Companion. I mean, you just can never lose Mishra's Bauble or Underworld Breach. I don't know. we also have Jegantha Companion, so it's like you're not that incentivized to either. Let's leave a Bolt instead of playing Alpine Moon, so that if my opponent Rin in 6s, I have a chance to keep my Channeler alive. Why did I do the early access arena yesterday? I got a Modern Pro Tour to prep for. There's no Modern on Arena. Well, called shot one time. Do think I'm still graveyarding this. Not quite that lucky. Synthesizer's an okay card to have here, though. Obviously, you have to hit. It was Lord of the Rings Limited. I don't know. I will have plenty of time to test Lord of the Rings Limited. I'm not really worried about it. I think gonna save my Bauble to use with the synthesizer next turn to see if I can just cast this or not. Which I can. What do you want to name here? Wooded Foothills, Stomping Ground. A few different choices. What do I say is the biggest limited guru on my testing team? I mean, there's like a lot of really good limited players. Nassif is maybe the best. Sorry, LSV. Not that Nassif isn't good. Yeah, I should have named Tech Edge, huh? Knowing that they have a finale is kind of tough here, too. Drawing my own Saga is kind of nice. Oh, I just noticed my opponent's username. Is it Signet is the best? That is a great username. Okay, probably not casting Soulless Jailer. Right? Yeah. Lumbering Falls, 15 months. Thank you. If black is the removal color, why can't they get -3/-3 one instant worse lightning bolt in majority of cases? I don't know. I mean, it's also like worse fatal push in majority of cases, but I agree. Like, I feel like I would love it to see a buff to black cards in Modern. There's like, black has been the worst color for a little while now. Ugh, so gross. I don't know what to say. That was really, really dirty. Guess do I use my treasure to Jegantha in hand? I don't know how much it really matters. Probably not correct to do so yet. We'll play it out. I mean, I still kind of just am, you know, an Underworld Breach top deck away from being ahead. And this time we have 3 instead of just 1 to draw 2. Don't have infinite time. This like Rin and 6 ultimate will beat us if we let it get there. Recall anything about how Mirkwood Bats and how it came to be a sweet card? No, I mean, like, Mirkwood Bats is not close to being a modern playable card, so it's not a like card that I gave really any thought to be honest. Oh, please kill my Alpine Moon. Can't imagine, like, the Traverse going better for me than this. Yeah, I actually have, like, a good amount of good top decks here, huh? Not that one. I should have 2 more mountains. Let me double check. I actually added one today. There's 7 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. None in the graveyard. None in exile. So we'll use our fetch land here. His opponent's deck and archetype. I mean, they're a food deck that's like splashing black for main deck Fatal Push, which is weird to me. They're also playing Traverse, and they're playing Street Wraith, which I kind of like that. I think that's kind of interesting. Yeah, their deck's interesting. Now every land is even more of a dead draw. Yeah, but we've got less lands. It's not much more of a dead draw, you know what I mean? Let's see, we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of our 19 lands out of the deck at the moment. Orzhov Death Shadow with Lotho. Almost definitely not Orzhov. Like, almost definitely Esper or Mardu. So the hand is Beseiju, Urza Saga, 2 mystery cards. I guess they can Beseiju my Moon. Which my Moon means I should have played my Mountain, huh? 2, 3. Don't give me hope. Okay, I redact the statement. What do I needle here? I feel like I have to Needle Besage You, which sucks and is like a game-losing line. Oh, unless they use the Besage You. Woohoo! Let's go. I mean, it sucks I don't have any more mountains. I could have had one more mountain, right? Yeah. But now I can name Rin in 6. Or I could name Asmo. No, I need to name Rin in 6. After, and I don't see a ton of a point to trading Ragavan for 2 food when they're making 3 food a turn. Wait on Rin, wait on answering Asmo, yeah, for sure. They still have a Saga, which they get to play to it now. But I have to say Esper. I don't know. It's probably better to be Mardu. One card I didn't see was Goldberry. It's kind of cool with battles and sagas. Goldberry. Isn't that Sam's wife? I thought that was like the 3rd card I talked about. Unless we're talking about a different card. Can you just draw my Breach? I hope so. I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? The blue one that moves counters. Oh, I had that on my list. I think that card is, like, just not good. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna use this mana to kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, did I go 1? Okay, I'm just making sure I'm targeting the cookbooks. Yeah, I was about to say if they're smart, they'll do this. So there's not really any point to me making a construct, because the construct is just going to trade with the 2 food tokens that I'm, like, dealing with anyways, if that makes sense. But now trading Ragavan for 2 food tokens does make more sense, because they don't have just, like, this infinite supply anymore. We are 30 cards deep, not seeing an Underworld Breach. I think if we draw one exactly this turn, it's still not that good because they have Besage You, but kind of the only card that gets me out of this again. Although maybe they Rimblem instead of put Besage You into their hand this turn. My opponent, I think, is worried about the clock with this main phase. Activation. They ping me? And then they Galvanic Blast me. Okay, well that makes more sense on the ping, huh? No! Damn it! Come on. Ugh. Cool deck, opponent. Cool deck. Let's get a 4-1 prediction going. Ugh, what a cool deck. Yeah, let's make 3 goblins on turn 1, I think. Scalding Tarn, Watery Grave. No Jegantha. And then Bauble after cracking the Scalding Tarn, targeting me, so they're gonna Thoughtseize me. Okay. I'm gonna cast the Synthesizer. There's like a reasonable chance they Spell Pierce this, and we can cast a red 1-drop because of the drum, which makes me feel like this is worth playing. Let me just cast the Star so I can attack for more damage, and then not, like, if they Spell Pierce my Springleaf Drum, this card is, like, gone forever. Love to see them Fatal Pushing a token. Likely means they're not a death, or maybe that means they're not a Death Shadow deck. What the heck? Cascade Bluffs? Are we up against a Grixis gamer right now? A true Grixis gamer. Yeah, Cascade Bluffs might mean Hellraiser. Yeah, once upon a time, another life. Maybe I was a Grixis gamer. Yeah, imagine playing a deck of all singletons and then being like, yeah, I don't play Lutri, it's just not really worth the sideboard slot. Alright, take a Bomat. Cast a Lightning Bolt. Hellraiser in a swamp. I mean, Cascade Bluffs in a swamp is also a little. I don't know. Makes sense to brew some kind of base white value mid-range spice with Reprieve. So I made a YouTube video talking about the cards from the new set that I like, and oh, dude, this is a crazy blowout from Snapcaster actually. And I talked about. Do I even cast my Channeler? It's just too bad if they make the Shredder a 3/5, I think. What's I saying? So, like, Reprieve is a good card. It's a card that you're going to play in some decks. It is fine. It is not... you're not going to start with a card like Reprieve. You know what I mean? You're not going to start brewing a white value deck with Reprieve. You know what I mean? You'll play it. You'll play it in some decks. And it's fine. It's just not a staple. I actually, it's what I've been calling a paperclip. Attack with the 1/1s. Oh right. Oops. I don't know why I thought the Shredder was like still blocking really well there. Is it okay against Cascade? I mean, not only is it okay against Cascade, that's definitely the matchup where it's at its best. Yeah, it was just a mistake to not attack with the 1-power creature. It was just you've witnessed on twitch.tv/aspiringspike. A misplay. Oh, it's Reprieve, not Reprieve? I don't know. I guess Reprive's not a word, huh? Stop. Stop. Don't tell me that we're going to be losing... Do I even, like, fight over this? Like, the Shredder is just going to chomp the Channeler. Like, we're 3-0, lose to Jund pile and the Grixis pile. Knives away a Snapcaster Mage. Wow. Let's make sure we can resolve this and just, like, I think we need to draw 2 or 3, right? 8 cards. Yeah, I think we get to draw 3. Fiery Islet? How is that in your deck? Oh, graveyard another one doesn't feel great. I'm definitely gonna just make sure I can get the 3rd card. And let's keep that. They cannot waste Snapcaster and Iteration. I mean, Spellstutter Sprite is pretty good against us, huh? We're getting Kolaghan's commanded, I guess. But they have so many good modes. They have so many good modes. How could you possibly choose the right mode here? Alright, they found a reasonable one. They have a Watery Grave on top. And they're attacking, wow. But yeah, not ready for the game. I love Gaedron. I wish Gaedron was a little bit better. Alright, so let's look at my top card because of the Synthesizer. We may have to let our opponent connive again. An Epicure. Yeah, I think going like blast them, cast Epicure, discard this mountain, play Saga. Maybe cast another 1-drop is pretty good. I guess I could have played my Saga first, which lets me attack with both tokens through Spell Pierce. They connive away that Watery Grave. Ping them down to 9. Guess like probably not like killing them. I'll probably Galvanic Blast the Snapcaster if I draw Galvanic Blast. Okay, just another land. Is this our Bauble? It is, right? Yeah. Gleeful Demo is an interesting draw. Okay. Are we even winning the race? Maybe. Maybe not. I may just randomly find 2 lightning bolts. I don't know. Their mana is looking kind of painful. I think there could be a modern deck with Metamorphic Alteration Archfiend. I don't think that combo is probably great in modern, but it also is probably not awful. How much is like that we didn't get battle cards from Lord of the Rings? Huge missed opportunity. I mean, I don't know that battles like existed when the set was designed. Like, I guess I don't probably not breaking the NDA to say that I didn't see any battles when I looked at it. But it would have been cool. I just don't think that they had necessarily been designed at the time. The confirmed battles were designed. Yeah, I'm like I know that like when I saw it there were none. No attacks. Obviously good news. Probably getting a Pyrite Spellbomb. Seems like the case. Yeah, I think we're just closing our eyes and attacking with everything. Was Lord of the Rings and R&D before Mom? I don't know. I mean, I don't know the order of operations there, but like when I consulted on it, it was like 2 years ago. So I don't know exactly what kind of periods there are between starting a set and finishing a set, but. Okay. We are bringing in the third breach. Let me cut a Shrapnel Blast against the counterspell deck, I guess, and not think about it too much, probably. What a weird deck. Very cool, though. Ultimate Grixis Hero Gamer. We have brought in Breach out of 4 out of 5 games. Yeah, but we've also played, like, these grindy matchups 4 out of 5 games. You know what I mean? Like, the main deck Breach, I think, is kind of bad against, like, Creativity and Rhinos and Titan and Tron and Burn. And, like, there's a lot of matchups where I think you just want to. Do you lose to Chalice in 1? Most of the time. You have some Shattering Sprees, but this card's pretty good against you. I have beaten it before game 1 with Urza Saga, but it is, it's good against the deck. Yeah, we lost to the John Dasmo deck. That deck was pretty cool. You know, I've played 3 breaches in the main deck too, and I wasn't in love with the third breach in the main. I think that I've been pretty happy with playing the third breach in the side. Yeah, I know someone was like, "Get ready for the hour-long league," but I don't know. A lot of aggro decks, like, your opponents are taking other decisions. You have some tough calls too. How do you cast Orvar on the sideboard? That's the neat thing. You don't. You hold it in your hand against Archon of Cruelty and discard it to copy your opponent's Archon. No Fatal Push. Can you believe it? I see in my mind's eye, I can envision a Spell Stutter Sprite being cast here to block my Ragavan. Maybe a Snapcaster Mage. Y'all, I am in tune! In tune with the modern format right now. Ooh, it's kind of hard to pass up on a Lightning Bolts. I think I'm going to go Channeler Bolt here. Especially when they got the Fire Islet. Losing the treasure kind of stinks a little bit with the Gleeful Demo. I think it's okay. I thought Creativity was playing Norn on the side for Orvar. Is that just a gimmick? I mean, it doesn't always beat Orvar, and especially because like you still get to copy the Archon and like untap attack with it. It's kind of a dynamic, but they don't all do it either. In a league or a room, always a league. Or 3-1. Alright, let's think about, I think, actually just casting Breach first. I don't think that's good because we were like so almost never getting Delirium, right? Thank you, Clothis. This is a good day today. This is a very good day. This is a very good day. It's probably better to cast Gleeful Demo, but I'm casting it. You can't stop me. This is a very good day today. Man, It's weird that we played against like the meta decks the first 3 rounds. We like lose to John Dasmo with Traverse was a very cool deck, and playing for 4-1 against the Bitter Blossom. Mob 20 months, thank you. I mean, they literally conceded right after I cast Bitter Blossom, so maybe the Bitter Blossom is nuts. I don't know. It could be, right? Could be. Okay. Anything? I like this card, Kalia, but obviously we're a little ways away from there being enough demons and angels and dragons. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. They have fairy synergies. Yeah, they're playing Spellstutter Sprite, which is a good card, but still like it's not very many good fairies.